Welcome to today's Get Healthy at Work Action Plan Workshop. My name is Michelle Smith and I'm from Get Healthy at Work. Before we get started, just a little bit of housekeeping. If you're having any technical difficulties or for any reason you're unable to hear me, you can always click on the question mark at the top of your screen to access assistance with some common webinar problems. Also, feel free to use the webinar's Ask a Question box to send questions as we go through. We'll get back to you after the webinar to answer some of those questions. We'll also make sure you get the details of who to contact should you have any further questions after the webinar. A copy of the slides from today's presentation is available in the Event Resources tab on your screen, and you'll also get a link to the recording following the event in case you'd like to listen to it again. What will you need today? Just the Actions Guide and worksheet we sent you a link to. They're also listed in the Event Resources tab on your screen if you haven't yet had a chance to download them. If you could please make sure you have both of these in front of you, as we will be taking plenty of notes today as we go through the workshop. So a couple of quick questions for you. Why are you here today? What is it that you're hoping to come away with? Now, some of you would have already undertaken a workplace review. So from the responses you have already received, would you describe your workplace as healthy? Why or why not? So today we're going to have a closer look at what Get Healthy at Work is and how your workplace can benefit. You will leave today with a pretty solid plan for how to start implementing the program in your workplace. We will start with a quick case study video and then briefly have a look at the business case for implementing a workplace health program, including a few nice dollar value benefits which I know you'll love. Then it's time to get hands-on. We will go through each of the steps of the program cycle, and we will spend a bit of extra time on step 3, which is building an action plan for your workplace. But first, I'd like to show you a case study from the Lido Group, who implemented a workplace health program using our tools and resources.
I could see people were really trying. There were some people doing light and easy. People were trying to go out on after work walks. So I could see that there was an element of people trying to motivate themselves to do that, and I thought if we all got together and did it under a banner of a program, it just makes it a little bit easier, and it's just brilliant to see everyone coming on board. We don't want to put it in everyone's faces and make them do it, but we want to give them an opportunity to be involved and get healthy. Rain came up with the world walking idea. It was brilliant. It's taken off and been really successful. The guys were doing the bay walk because it's just around the corner from where we work, which is ideal. So doing that on a Monday and Wednesday and actually making it into a group, they're motivated. The world walking motivates them. The measurable difference has been in the staff engagement and the fact that we haven't actually lost a member of staff since May.
So I feel better, I feel more energized, I feel more motivated when I come at work, and plus the fact that we are doing that as a group and collectively, it's even more exciting and stimulating, I would say. First of all, we came up with the idea of the water bottle, so we are stressing the importance of drinking throughout the day. Once a month we're organizing this healthy food days, so where we sort of explain the importance of having regular vegetables and fruits, and so it better. It's like a good team building exercise, and on top of it, it's also good for you. So yeah, definitely, you should go for it.
So since the program started, I signed up to Light and Easy and changed my eating habits significantly. Also started to do the bay run quite frequently. So when I can, once a week, it's about a 7-kilometre walk. Also quit smoking. So I am making a lot more healthier decisions in life, not just at the office, but at home as well, and encouraging everyone else in the office to do the same.
So I was shocked at mainly, the amount I was eating fast food and drinking. I'm a lot more conscious about what I'm ordering, my serving sizes. Because of the competition involved around the world walking, I'm always trying to do my 10,000 steps a day. I do the bay run when my shifts allow it. I think it's fantastic. I think Lido's really ran with it, and they've made it open to everybody in the company that we can all compete in it. I have to mention the Quit Smoking seminar. We had one person in the department that quit after 7 years of heavy smoking. That wouldn't have happened without that seminar and the drive behind it by Steve. himself. Yeah.
To be honest, I thought it was going to be. I was a bit sceptical about it. I thought it might take up a little bit too much of the guy's time. And in all honesty, it does take a commitment and it does take a bit of time. The benefits that we've got from it have been quite startling, to be honest. And the more we did, the more buy-in we had. The staff are really buzzing about it. And I know myself, after I do an hour's solid walk, you notice it and you feel better, and you go home and you sort of feel like, yeah, I've done a great day's work, but I've also done my exercise. And you know what, it didn't take long either. The company is on a rapid expansion at the moment. We increased our turnover by 37% in this last year on year. So we're actually in a hiring phase. When we actually do the interviews and when we're finding our staff and we tell them that, you know, we've got an active Get Healthy at Work program, their eyebrows lift and, you know, they get interested, and it's also a part of becoming an employer of choice, which is important. You can't just be the CEO that signs off on it and says yes. You've got to prove that you're actively involved in it, and you need to ensure that it becomes a part of the business. It's a part of your staff development and part of your staff retention program and staff attraction program.
So Get Healthy at Work is a New South Wales government funded program, and it's been around since 2014. Funding for the program comes from New South Wales Health, Safe Work New South Wales and iCare, the state insurer. For many years, New South Wales Health has implemented a range of programs in schools, childcare settings and community centres to support healthy children and families. Now, the main reason these programs are successful is because children and parents have to be there. I mean, think about the last time you went to a doctor just for a general checkup, or the last time you specifically spent time or money researching healthy eating or exercise. Research and experience shows that the best way to help people be healthy is by providing the support in places that they already live, work and play. So the government's decided that the best way to support adults with health is to provide a service in their workplace. I mean, after all, we spend about a third of our lives at work. Many Australian adults, including your employees, are not healthy. I mean, more than half are overweight or obese. Most of them don't eat enough fruit and vegetables. 20% consume more than 2 alcoholic drinks per day. 16% smoke. And a whopping 62% are inactive. I mean, these lifestyle factors contribute to poor physical and mental health and result in a workforce that is not productive and at risk of developing chronic diseases which will impact their ability to work. Workplace health programs like Get Healthy at Work can help workers improve their health and also offer benefits to the business. Over time, a program like Get Healthy at Work can increase job satisfaction, improve morale, motivation and teamwork, improve engagement and retention, and reduce sick leave by 30%. Feedback from businesses that we've worked with is that they've seen almost immediate improvement in morale once the workers see that their employer is showing interest in their well-being and providing something a little bit extra. But don't take our word for it. Check out the return on investment calculator listed on your screen right here to really see the true savings of investing in worker health. Healthy at Work has two main components, the Workplace Health Program and Brief Health Checks. The Workplace Health Program involves developing a tailored action plan for your workplace, which aims to address one or more priority health issues. We provide support to address healthy eating, physical activity, healthy weight, active travel, smoking and alcohol. You can complete the part of the program DIY, utilising the Get Healthy at Work website and a range of resources, or with support from a service provider. Brief health checks are a free, confidential health assessment for individuals and can also be an important source of information that directs the focus of your health program. We'll talk a little bit more about the brief health checks and what they entail in the next couple of slides. The exciting thing about Get Healthy at Work is, of course, that it is completely free. But we have even better news. We also provide an incentive to complete the program called an action bonus. Now, this action bonus is funding issued by Get Healthy at Work that can be used to purchase goods and or services to support the implementation of your action plan. There's a lot of ways that you can spend your action bonus. Our only two rules are it must relate to your action plan and it must contribute to creating a healthier workplace. The action bonus value varies depending on your business size, geographic location, and whether you use a service provider to complete the program. To be eligible, you must complete a minimum number of Breathe Health checks and submit an action plan. You receive 70% of your action bonus after submitting your action plan, and then the remaining 30% after you implement your plan. Some examples of how other Get Healthy at Work businesses have used theirs include coordinated workplace healthy eating, physical activity or healthy weight challenges, installing or upgrading active travel facilities such as showers, lockers and bike racks, or dietitian assessments of on-site food like cafeteria or vending machine facilities. Now, I mentioned our Breathe Health Checks service earlier, and it's a really popular part of our program, so I'm going to go into that in a little bit more detail. The Breathe Health Checks are a completely confidential, non-invasive, 15-minute health check delivered to employees individually in your workplace. The check helps employees to understand their health risks and provide referral and advice to improve their health. The Brief Health Check is conducted by a trained health practitioner, or it can also be done online. Participation in the health check is voluntary and there is no obligation at all for an employee to participate. The employee will receive immediate feedback and advice. No personal details are collected unless you choose to be contacted by one of the referral services. And it will also inform the program development and identify the key health risk factors within the business. And as part of the Brief Health Check, employees may be referred to Get Healthy Information and Coaching Service, Quitline New South Wales, or even their GP. Having workers complete the health check online is easy and it shouldn't interfere with work schedules or deadlines because it can be done anytime. But if you have a highly mobile workforce or workers that don't have access to a PC or tablet while at work, a face-to-face health check with a health practitioner might be the best way to go. Face-to-face health checks can have a greater impact on some workers too. Individual results are not identifiable and no names are recorded with the health questionnaire. Names are taken for booking purposes and referral to external services only. The workplace does not receive any personal information about individuals' health at all. And if more than 50 health checks are completed, a summary report is generated. The report will not identify any individual health results, but it will provide a summary of the outcomes, for example, the percentage of workers who do not meet physical activity requirements. So let's take a moment to do an activity. I'd like you to have a think about which service delivery method would work best for your business, and note this down under the heading Breathe Health Check on your worksheet. Also note which methods you might use to promote these Breathe Health Checks as well. So before we take a closer look at each step in the program cycle, let's do another quick activity. Let's have a think about what your workplace would like to achieve with a workplace health program. Write your thoughts on your worksheet under the brainstorm section. Okay, so we will now have a look at what we call the program cycle. Now, the program cycle is made up of 5 key steps: get the ball rolling, work out needs, develop a plan, implement, and monitor and review. You'll notice that Breathe Health Checks fits in at step 2. Let's take a closer look at each step and what your workplace might need to do to complete each part of it. So the first step is to get the ball rolling, and it's really about gaining senior leadership support. Research tells us that the most successful workplace health programs go beyond simple endorsement, and they have active, visible participation from management. So to get senior leaders on board, you will need to build a business case that highlights how your business stands to benefit from the implementation of a workplace health program. Now, there's a guide for building a business case available on the Get Healthy at Work website. It's also a good idea at this point to clarify who the key contact person will be at your workplace, and where possible, recruit a working group or some workplace health champions. Or you could even tap into an existing group or committee. Other resources such as fact sheets and a sample presentation to help start the conversation with senior leaders and get the support of workers are also available on the Get Healthy at Work website. To complete this step of the program cycle, you will need to upload your business's statement of commitment. Now, there are 4 questions on your worksheet to get you thinking about what your workplace may need to do to complete this step. So I'd like you to take a moment to answer these questions on your worksheet now. These are the ones under the Get the Ball Rolling section. So step 2 is about working out needs, and it's about finding out what your workplace and workers need to improve health. Now, this step is very important. The process of working out your needs highlights the main health issues or issue to be addressed at your workplace. Get Healthy at Work provide a template for a worker survey, and it's a great way to find out what your workers think they need to be healthier. If you only have a small workplace, a simple discussion at a meeting, perhaps using some of the survey questions, might be simple enough. It's a good idea to conduct the brief health checks as part of the workout needs step. As the brief health check summary report, should you have more than 50 workers, will provide valuable information on your workforce's key health issues. Resources including industry-specific posters to promote the brief health checks and other promotional templates and materials are also available on the Get Healthy at Work website. To complete step 2 of the program cycle, you must complete the workplace review. The workplace review brings together all the health relevant information about your workers and workplace, and it requires you to decide what your workplace's priority health issue is. Activity time. Now, if money wasn't an issue, what would be the top 3 issues you would address in the workplace? So I want you to have a think about the perceived key health barriers in your workplace. What methods could you use to get feedback? Could you use a survey, perhaps staff meetings, maybe a suggestion box? Make a note of these on your activity sheet. 3. Develop a plan is where you create your action plan. This is the step we will focus on in a little bit more detail today. So developing a plan requires you to consider what you have discovered as part of your workplace review and, if available, your brief health check summary results, and then decide on a goal for your workplace health program. We also recommend developing a healthy workplace policy or mission statement. The main component of this step is to develop your action plan, which outlines exactly how you intend to implement Get Healthy at Work in your workplace. Now, while you can't create a meaningful action plan today without having already completed steps 1, get the ball rolling, and 2, work out needs, we can start thinking about the essentials to include when developing a good action plan. One key piece of information to include in your action plan is a goal for your action plan. A goal helps to direct your program focus and helps you to measure the success of the program, which can be a key factor when seeking executive approval for future health wellbeing programs. If you can, a SMART goal is best. Now, I'm sure most of you are familiar with SMART goals. They are specific to what you want to achieve, measurable, achievable, and realistic, and set in a time frame. Now, examples of SMART goals include by December 2017, 30% of staff will be using active modes of transport for trips to and from work and during work hours. Now, it probably can be pretty challenging to be that specific when starting your workplace health program, so it's okay to be not quite as smart in your goal. You may prefer to leave it a little more open with something like support workers to increase fruit and vegetable intake and reduce unhealthy snacks in the workplace. So let's take a few moments to think about what a hypothetical SMART goal for your workplace might be. After you've had a think about it, I'd like you to write down your thoughts on your worksheet. Research on effective workplace health programs tells us that to improve worker health, you really need strategies that address people's knowledge and skills, the environment or place people are in, and the policies and cultural norms. This is why in a Get Healthy at Work action plan, we really encourage you to have people, place and policy actions. Now, people actions aim to educate, increase awareness and help change behaviour of individuals. People actions could include educational workshops, team challenges, discounted gym membership, and promoting the free Get Healthy information and coaching service. Place actions ensure the physical environment and facilities support health. If we encourage people to eat healthy, we really need to make sure the physical environment supports that and doesn't encourage junk food like having readily available biscuit or lolly jars. Place actions could include facilities like showers, lockers, bike racks and stand-up workstations to encourage people to be more active. Policy actions can be the most powerful. They really demonstrate organisational commitment and they create and implement policies or practices that support health. A policy that includes healthy catering or promotion of physical activity can really help change cultural norms in a workplace and make sustainable change. Health improvements that last. So let's have a think about what people, place and policy actions might look like as part of your hypothetical action plan for your workplace. Use the action booklet for ideas if needed. It is listed in the Event Resources tab on your screen. Think about what things that you could do for people, place and policy within your workplace and write some of your thoughts down on your worksheet. If you'd like to look at what a completed action plan looks like, there are sample action plans available on the Get Healthy at Work website that you can refer to. Each sample plan addresses the different health focus areas such as active travel, healthy weight, etc. So for example, if your action plan is focused on physical activity, our sample plan has people actions like participating in the 10,000 step challenge combined with changes to the physical workplace and policy. The action booklet also has lots of ideas for each area, action type, and also for different budgets. Now, we've talked about the importance of having supportive policies to enable successful workplace change, and Get Healthy at Work provides a template you can use. Whether you wish to use our template to start a new policy or grab relevant statements from the template to add it into your own, it's a very useful place to start. You'll find the electronic copy under Step 3 of the program once you've logged into the business portal on the Get Healthy at Work website. Step 4, Implement, is the step where you really start working through your action plan strategies. Get Healthy at Work provides fact sheets on implementing and promoting your program to workers. This is also the point where, if you have completed the minimum brief health checks, you become eligible for the action bonus and can access 70% of its value. So have a think about how will you keep your program on track, and note some ideas down on your worksheet under the heading Implement. Step 5, Monitor and Review, is the final step of the program. During Step 4, it's a good idea to record how each activity went, and then you can easily complete Monitor and Review. This step requires you to fill in the last couple of columns of your action plan, simply describing how each action went. Now, the most useful part about this is you can easily see what activities worked well and what didn't. You can use the Activity Evaluation Survey, which is available on the Get Healthy at Work website, to collect feedback from workers. There is also a Monitor and Review fact sheet available to guide you through this whole process. Now, once you complete the Monitor and Review step, you are eligible for the remaining 30% of your action bonus. And you also can continue to have unlimited access to all of our resources, so you can recomplete the program for another health area. Now, at this point, you'll probably be able to update your workplace health program You can work out which actions need longer to implement and what your next priority health issue will be. The next steps for each of you might be different, as some of you have already registered for the program. So to get you on your way to achieving healthier workers and that action bonus, you'll first need to register. You'll need your ABN and some information about work sites and number of workers. At this point, you will also need to decide if you would like to use a service provider or take the do-it-yourself approach, or maybe even a mixture of both. At this point, you will also be able to see exactly how much your action bonus is worth. You will get slightly more for doing the program do-it-yourself, but really the best value comes with the service provider option. Service provider support is worth thousands, and with this program, you're getting it for free. Once registered, it'll be time to complete your statement of commitment. Now, as I mentioned earlier, this really demonstrates your workplace is ready to make a change. We provide a range of resources like sample emails and presentations if you need to pitch Get Healthy at Work to management before signing your statement of commitment. Then it's time to work out the needs of your workplace and workers by completing your workplace review. Now, we already started that today, so you'll be able to finish it off by doing some worker consultation, either with a discussion at a meeting or by using the Get Healthy at Work worker survey and also conducting those brief health checks. When you're ready, upload your workplace review and start working on that action plan. Use what we've started today and any additional actions. Perhaps workers have requested a particular activity, or maybe our brief health checks results showed you have a large number of smokers. So pop in a few activities that address that. And once you've uploaded your action plan, if you achieved your minimum number of brief health checks, we will contact you about spending that action bonus. You'll then have 3 to 6 months to implement your action plan. And if you're working with a service provider, we will keep in touch and then help you complete the monitor and review columns of your action plan. And once you've uploaded that, you'll be eligible for the rest of your action bonus. So that's the end of our webinar. Thank you for attending today, and I really hope you found the workshop helpful. If you have any questions or want some advice on your action plan or how to complete your workplace review, you can always contact the Get Healthy at Work team via email, feedback form on our website, or phone, and the details are on your screen. Thank you.